Ethan Cross had everything money could buy: private jets, glass-walled penthouses, companies that printed profit like oxygen, but nothing prepared him for the chaos waiting behind the doors of his own mansion every evening. His 4-year-old quadruplets, Leo, Liam, Lucas, and Levi, were brilliant, energetic, and heartbreakingly wounded by the loss of their mother. Since her passing, no nanny lasted more than a week. Some quit after a single day. Others left in tears, overwhelmed by the boys' synchronized tantrums, midnight screams, food wars, broken vases, and their eerie ability to sense weakness in adults. The staff whispered that the boys were impossible. Ethan hated that word, but deep down, exhaustion had carved it into his soul. That morning, as he reviewed contracts worth millions, he received yet another message from the agency. "We're sorry, Mr. Cross. This is our last recommendation." When she arrived, she didn't look extraordinary: no stiff uniform, no rehearsed smile. Her name was Clara. She wore simple clothes, carried no clipboard, and instead of asking about rules or salary, she knelt to the boys' level and asked a question no one ever had: "What do you miss most?" The room fell silent. The boys stared, confused, guarded, then angry. One screamed. Another knocked over a chair. The test had begun. Instead of correcting them, Clara calmly picked up the chair, sat down, and waited. Hours passed in disaster: spilled juice, slammed doors, insults that would shock grown men, but she never raised her voice. That night, instead of calling Ethan with complaints, she cooked dinner with the boys, letting them make a mess, turning chaos into laughter. Ethan watched from the doorway, stunned. Days turned into weeks, and something impossible happened. The boys stopped screaming at night. They started eating together. They smiled, real smiles, the kind Ethan hadn't seen since their mother's funeral. Clara learned each child's fear. Leo hated silence, Liam feared being left behind, Lucas masked sadness with anger, Levi pretended to be invisible. She didn't treat them as one problem, but 4 hearts needing different kinds of love. One night, during a storm, the power went out. The boys panicked, crying for their mother. Ethan froze, helpless. Clara gathered them, told them stories in the dark, let them cry, let them remember, and then softly said something that broke Ethan completely: loving again doesn't mean forgetting. It means surviving. That night, the boys slept holding hands. Ethan realized the impossible wasn't discipline, it was healing. Rumors spread among the staff: the impossible boys were thriving. Teachers noticed changes. Laughter returned to the mansion. Ethan found himself staying home more, watching quietly, learning from a woman who asked for nothing but trust. When Clara finally told Ethan she might leave, afraid she'd grown too attached, he did something he'd never done in business or life: he begged her to stay. Not as an employee, but as family. The story of the millionaire and the nanny who healed what money couldn't spread because it wasn't about wealth, it was about love, patience, and courage. And if this story moved you, inspired you, or made you believe in second chances, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because stories like these remind us that sometimes, the greatest miracles happen not when someone arrives with power, but when they arrive with heart.